Kalikimaka. Welcome to Unity Church of Hawaii on this Christmas Sunday. We're so happy to have you here today with us. We ask you now that you please stand as you are able and join us in singing Joy to the World and Angels We Have Heard on High. To the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room.
And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing.
And nature sing.
And heaven and nature sing. He rules the world with truth.
Church of Hawaii, where, centered in God, we elevate global consciousness through the realization of oneness. And what a beautiful December morning this is. Would you agree? I mean, you just can't beat it. I hear all around the world there's snow, there's rain, whatever. But here in Hawaii, we are experiencing one of the most beautiful mornings that I have seen in quite a while. And so what a blessing that is. And if this is your first time at Unity, we welcome you absolutely, because this is exactly where you are supposed to be today. And so thank you. And we also welcome the presence of the Christ today on the eve of Christmas. We know, yes, it's the eve of Christmas. We know that we day to day are giving birth to this presence of the light within. And here at Unity, we affirm the truth that's within each one of us, this Christ that's within each one of us every day as well. Not just today, not just tomorrow, not just on Christmas, but every day. And we use affirmations, statements of truth to express these truths within the very depths of our soul. So if you don't know what an affirmation is, we're going to take you through one today. So just repeat after me. I am the Christ light. I give birth to the life within of this Christ light every day. And when you stop to think about that and just breathe it in, that every single day we are called to show up, to shine up, and to be that light that shines amongst even the darkest shadows. Each one of us has that power within us to be the light of this world. And this is a beautiful truth that is present within us. And also another beautiful truth that is present within us is our ability to greet each other. So let us take this time to greet each other with handshakes, high fives, and alohas.
please remain standing as you are able and sing along with us, Hark the Herald, Angels Sing.
Newborn King, peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem.
Mele Kalikimaka. So nice to have you all here. I'm Reverend Tim Lytle, Senior Minister here at Unity Church of Hawaii, and we welcome you to our Christmas season. I know it's very different on the mainland depending on where you're at in the mainland. I know the area that we moved from has had some nice weather meaning it would get clear up into the 50s, so they felt like it was springtime, and times that is down in the teens, you know. And so we're just grateful, right, to have this wonderful time to come together and celebrate. If this is your first time here, or your first time since I became the senior minister here, we have gifts for you. We have a kukui nut lei. The kukui nut represents the light because in it was oil that could be used to make lamps. And so you are the light of the world. So we have a kukui nut lei for you. We also have a packet of information about our church so that you can know more about this wonderful spiritual center. And in that packet, there is a free breakfast pass. So you can go down these steps after the service, right through here where Peter is showing the way, and you can have a free breakfast with that breakfast pass. So if this is your first time since I became the minister here, would you please stand? I'd invite you to stand if you would. Thank you, Ola. Thank you for being here. Ola, yeah. Ola is here, and Mary has her luggage with her. She's on the way to the airport. And thank you all for joining us, and let's get the energy going. We're going to give a love blast and blessing to all these wonderful people. So repeat after me. We bless you. We bless you. We recognize who you really are. We recognize who you really are. You are the love and light of God. Here on this planet, to do amazing things. And we are here to support you. We are here to love you. We are here to celebrate you. Welcome to Unity. Let's give them some love. Thank you. And we have amazing people who watch us from all over the world, in New Zealand, Australia, Guatemala, Switzerland, Denmark, Colombia, India. We We have people all over the world, and they watch us on our website. They watch us on our YouTube channel. We have people all over the islands who watch us on Alelo television or who even listen to us on KSUN radio in Wichita, Kansas. Let's give a shaka right back here to all of our wonderful love streamers. We love you and we bless you, and we welcome you into this sacred fellowship, into this sacred ohana. We know that wherever you are, God is. All of God is fully and completely present right where you are. So that means there's really no distance between you and us. We are one ohana. We love you, and we hold the highest and best for your lives. Let's give them some love. Thank you. This morning, assisting on the platform is the wonderful Reverend Johanna Kelly, and assisting us with our daily word and meditation is our wonderful Cindy Hensley. And so, Johanna, I think you have some news for us.
Please, news. There we go. All right. So tomorrow, being Christmas Eve, we are going to have our Christmas lighting, candlelight, ceremony here. So please come by to have an evening filled with joy, hope, love, all those wonderful gifts of Christmas. We will also have soloist Faith Rivera there as well. Thank you, Faith, for saying yes. And it will be an evening filled with spirit, song, and, of course, love. So please join us tomorrow at 6 p.m. here in the chapel. And, yes, we have membership renewal still happening until December 31st. Per our bylaws, the month of December is the month of membership renewal. If you have not renewed your membership as of yet, please do so. Members have received their packet in the mail, so you may mail that back. It has to be postmarked before December 31st. You could go online to our membership resources, look for membership renewal, and you may renew your membership online that way. So please get your membership renewal in by December 31st. And we will see you at the membership meeting in March. And now we have, starting January, we will have new members class. If you ever wanted to know a little bit more about Unity, our principles, our beliefs, our philosophy, this is the perfect class to attend. And then after 3 sessions, you are eligible to become a member. We will also be live streaming this as well, so you may attend from your home if you are unable to make it at 1 p.m. on those days listed above or in your bulletin. We'd love to see you there, and we'd love to have you as a member. Come join our Unity Ohana and be part of this growing, loving community. And we have the White Stone ceremony next Sunday, December 30th. Reverend Tim will be giving a White Stone sermon and message, and then also you'll be given a white stone, and what you'll go into is a deep meditation, and Spirit will give to you a new name, a new word to help guide you for 2019. So join us at either the 9 a.m. or the 11 a.m. service next week, and see what Spirit has in store for you, what word will help to guide you for 2019. And I believe that's all I have. If you have any other questions, look inside your bulletin first. I'm pretty sure you'll find something that fits your need. And if you have any other questions after that, please see one of the staff members, volunteers, Reverend Tim. We are here to assist you and to be of service. Mahalo.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family.
the face of love. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of
As we prepare for our time of pastoral prayer, one of our loved ones who's been a part of our congregation made his transition yesterday morning. Morris Shea yesterday made his transition. He was to be here in 16 more days. He was looking forward to coming to Hawaii. He was in Canada and quickly, we believe immediately, left this life and went into the presence of God. So I've told Maggie and Chelsea and the family that we will be holding them in our prayers. At some point, we will have some memorial service here, and they will have one there. We will collaborate and coordinate that, and I want to thank Reverend Johanna for helping to pull that together. Not all of you may have known Morris. He was this person that would love and support and always see the highest and best. And whether he was here or he was in Canada, he's been a tremendous source of support to me. Let us also remember all of our loved ones in California who've been affected by fires, the things going on in our country, and all around our planet. We know that we are truly one. There's only one presence and one power, active as our lives and as the universe, God the good, omnipotent. So I invite you to take a deep breath and center in right where you are. Right where you are, the presence of God is. There is no spot where God is not. Right now we know with each one of us in this presence of Spirit that we are all united and all in this one presence, living forth as this one presence. We know that whether one is love streaming or here physically, we know that where we are, God is. And we lift up the Morris's family to surround and fill them with love, light, and peace, and all of his friends. We lift up those in California affected by fires, those around the world who are affected by natural disasters and man-made disasters. We know that we are in the presence. And in this presence, we pause for a couple of moments as we lift up the requests and intentions of our hearts. Spirit of God, we know that this service is anointed for each person to be ministered to right at the point of their need, that each heart is open, that this place, this space is filled and immersed in the presence of love and light, and we commit ourselves and open ourselves to that holy purpose and surrender and open to your loving presence. For this, we give thanks. And we say together, and so it is. Amen.
Today's word is joy. And our affirmation reads, "The joy of the Lord is my strength. I am God's joy." Let's speak that statement of truth together. The joy of the Lord is my strength. I am God's joy. And the reading continues. Charles Fillmore's The Revealing Word tells us that joy is the happiness of God expressed through humankind. Because I am God's living expression, joy is my birthright, part of my nature. It goes on to remind us that gladness gives us strength, primarily when we focus on spiritual things. I am an open channel of God's love and joy when friends and family gather. This is a time of joy and love, of caring and compassion, of opening my mind and heart, my very soul, to the divine. Joy is a divinely inspired attitude I take with me into every experience of my life. I share that attitude with everyone I meet as the divine happiness recognizes me, itself in them. I gratefully affirm, the joy of the Lord is my strength. I am God's joy. And today's scripture is from Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 10. And it simply says, the joy of the Lord is your strength. And friends, this is the time in the service where we generally ask you to close your eyes or lower your gaze. But I'm called in this now moment to ask you to join me in opening your eyes and being with me in joy. Being with me as we recognize that we are on this journey of life together, expressing joy, getting to see that expression of joy within the people that we meet, our families, our friends. And so, friends, we don't have to go deep into the quiet to meditate. We can be meditative and spontaneous right in this now moment as we express joy. Because, friends, we are in the express business. There's no need to wait. We don't have to wait till Christmas or till tomorrow to see someone and to share with them that they are the joy of the world, that we see the Christ light within them as we see it within ourselves. The time is now. And so, friends, as we move into the stillness with our eyes wide open, I ask you to ask yourselves, how am I expressing joy this day? And so we just take a moment to move into the stillness. And we breathe deeply. And how good it is that we are awake, enlivened, powered by that expression of joy as our very lives. It is good. We are good. We are God. And for this, knowing and growing more each day, we simply give thanks and we say, and so it is. Namaste, my friends.
Beloved one who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. every tribe and tongue. Let every soul in song rejoice to see the kingdom come. Let every hope and every dream be born in us again. Let all the world sing with one voice. People say amen. 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 Amen.
I have traveled many moonlit nights, cold and weary, with a babe inside, and I wonder what I've done. Holy Father, you have come and chosen now to carry your Son. I am waiting in a silent prayer. I am frightened by this load I bear in a world as cold as stone. Must I walk this path alone? Be with me now. Be with me now. Breath of heaven, hold me together. Be forever near me. Breath of heaven, lighten my darkness. Pour over me your holiness, for you are holy. Breath of heaven. Do you wonder as you watch my face if a wiser one should have had my place? But I offer all I am for the mercy of your plan. Help me be strong
Thank you, Faith. That was very touching. I love that song. It's about this song of Mary's surrender to giving birth to the Christ. And the message of that song is that each one of us are here to give birth to that each one of us are on that journey. Each one of us are on this journey with Mary to surrender and to give birth to that divine that is wanting to express itself in, through, and as us. Now, the birth process, as wonderful as it sounds, we send, congratulations to people upon the birth of a baby, and we're happy and all that, but it's not all easy, right? Those of you who have given birth know, and those of us who have assisted with birth know. I was thinking about my son, John. When he was getting ready to be born in the early days of February, there had been a number of things that had happened for 9 months, right? But then the contractions, the pain, it intensified. The labor pains got intense. And, we were in a small country town. It was my first church that I had been the minister of as senior minister. We were in the foothills of the Ozarks. And so it's in the middle of winter. And so she went into labor, went to the hospital, and we counted the hours. Now, typically today, you would not allow a woman to go this long, but we counted 32 hours of labor. Yeehaw. And I was there to give support, physically, emotionally, whatever I could do. And it was a challenging time. And finally, the doctor said, we need to go to the operating room, not to the labor and delivery room. And so they prepped her for the operating room. And then, after giving her medication to get ready for the operation, she was able to relax enough, and they came running out to me, and I still had my scrubs on, and they said, you got to hurry. She's ready to give birth now. I'm like, okay, so I left the meal behind, and I went running into the operating room, scrubbed and cleaned up and everything, and assisted with the birth. What a holy moment that was. Now, I didn't know what to expect. I had seen pictures of newborn babies before, and sometimes they're quite shriveled, and sometimes this and that. I didn't know, but out came this, like a little man with broad shoulders and everything. I'm like, wow, where'd you come from? And, well, I knew. But what a joy it was. What tremendous joy. And in our joy, I mean, it took some recovery time, but in our joy, the pain of the labor, the pain of the things we had gone through, the pain of all of that seemed to dissipate. I mean, you never forget that, but the joy of this birth made it all worthwhile. The birth process is not something easy necessarily. For some people it is, but typically not necessarily. So the joys of birth, we might have to get a fuller screen here. If we could dim the lights just a little bit. Thank you. The joys of birth. So, sometimes it's not a very easy process to go through. But I want to look at Luke chapter 2, verses 6 through 7, New International Version. And this is one of the Christmas stories. You can find Christmas story in the beginning of Matthew and at the beginning of Luke. While they were there, that is Joseph and Mary, the time came for the baby to be born. Now, I want to stop right there for just a moment. We're so familiar with this, we don't even pause to think about it. But do you realize that there was a time early in Christian church history where this phrase was controversial? Did you know that? The phrase that was controversial was that he was born rather than just appeared. And so there was this whole controversy that occurred because people said, well, this is the Son of God. Surely he couldn't have been born. He wouldn't have subjected himself to that, would he? And so it was a debate that occurred in the early days of Christianity. This phrase that he was born like one of us. That's the point. There were some who wanted to make him so other than us that they didn't even want to consider the fact that he was born. It was considered heresy then in those days to say that he was somehow not one of us. How things have flipped. Now, in so much of the Christian world, we've made Jesus this person who is so different and distinct and separate from us. I think it's important for us to see this, that he was born. And not only was he born, she gave birth to her firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in cloths. Okay, so this wasn't a hospital. This wasn't labor and delivery. In fact, placed him in a manger, which is a feeding trough for animals. Okay, so it's not a crib. It's a feeding trough. Because there was no guest room available for them. So, I want us to understand, Mary and Joseph had gone to Jerusalem to Bethlehem, because there was this census that was going on, and so they traveled from Nazareth to Bethlehem, which was quite a journey on foot. It's a long ways. I've been there. And there was no place available because of all these people who were traveling. Have you ever been on the road and couldn't find anywhere to stay? Have you done that? Maybe you're one of those people who plans everything in advance. 3.5 years ago, I went to India, and I thought I had most things planned in advance. And I found out that I was part of a scam, and some of the places that I thought I had arranged to stay at, they didn't know I was coming. And I was by myself, traveling in India. Some of you may have. Have any of you here traveled by yourself in India and not known where you were going and not have arrangements? Okay, Peter has. All right, it's fun. I recommend it. I really do. Because you think, oh, wow. I know that where I am, God is, and I know God will work everything out, that God will make a way, right? And I know I'm going to meet lots of interesting people on the way, and some of them are going to try to scam me, and some of them are going to help me. And so I found some wonderful angels on that trip. and got very close to a number of people in India, some of whom I'm still in frequent contact with. And they're begging me to come back. God will make a way for you. In this birthing process, it's not easy. When you are, if you'll follow this metaphysical interpretation here, when you are spiritually impregnated with the divine idea, the divine impulse of what is wanting to be born in, through, and as you, when that presence of Spirit is living in you and is wanting to express and wanting to come out, it will be uncomfortable. Newsflash. Not all in the spiritual life is comfortable. Get over the notion that the spiritual life is about just being comfortable and being satisfied and having everything provided for you. Get over the notion that if you are in some discomfort, thinking that, oh, it must mean something's wrong. Maybe something's right. Maybe something is seeking to be born as you. That Christ's presence lives in each one of us. In each one of us. First chapter of John says that every soul that was coming into the world came with this light. In the Sanskrit scriptures, it talks about how each one of us has this presence of God within us. In all these major faith traditions, you can find this presence of God that is living in us. And it is up to us to give birth to this presence. It's up to us to allow this. So that song that Faith wonderfully sung, Breath of Heaven, is about Mary surrendering and allowing this process to occur. I surrender to it. And that's what I'm asking you to do. Because it's in your highest and best interest to allow this birth to come forth. Yes, there will be labor pains. Yes, you are going to stretch. You can't have a baby without stretching. Just can't do it. You can't do it. When you allow this vision, this Christ presence within you that is seeking to be born, when you allow that to come forth, it will stretch you outside of your comfort zone. It will stretch you into new avenues and new journeys that you had never even imagined. And my prayer for you, my affirmation with you, is that you are accepting this call, that you are surrendered to this call, that you are willing to let that Christ presence be born in you today. If it's just something that happened 2,000 years ago, but hasn't happened in you individually, it means nothing to you. It needs to be born as us today. Yes, we're celebrating the birth of Jesus. I love Jesus. He's my master. But if we do not give birth to the Christ today, we are actually going against what Jesus taught us to do. We are here to give birth to that every day, not just at Christmas. I love the writings of Meister Eckhart. Meister Eckhart was born about the year 1260. Meister Eckhart was a mystic. He was a Dominican Catholic priest and monk. And he was an educator, a teacher. Meister Eckhart has some very, very interesting images of God. Look him up sometime. Here is one of Meister Eckhart's favorite descriptions of God. Now, he was saying this in 1260, the Middle Ages. So imagine how this went over with some of the Catholic hierarchy. Meister Eckhart said, God lies on a maternity bed all day, every day, giving birth and creating. His image of God was very, very feminine, creating, giving birth to. And that's what we are called to do. We are called to give birth to this Christ presence. So when we celebrate the birth of Jesus, which I do, and I venerate Jesus, when we give real reverence, we are allowing that Christ presence to be born in us today. Please come and join us tomorrow night at 6 p.m., where we'll go into more details about how to actually do that, how to actually bring about that power, that presence, things that we can do to help bring forth that birth. But I know with each and every one of you, a very Merry Christmas, knowing the Christ as you. Aloha.
Look at the time, in the wink of an eye, it's Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Places to be, family to see, and all the things I rush around to buy. Slow down and find the wonder of a child. 'Cause it's more than a season of giving gifts to those we love. It's about looking deeper for the peace that we dream of. Like a baby in a manger with new eyes to see the world. Love is born in an instant. Isn't that what it's all for? Maybe this year I'll show that I care by giving that most precious gift of time. Where can I start? Can I open my heart to be with those that mean the world to me? Well, slow down and see all that Christmas can be. 'Cause it's more than a season of giving gifts to those who love. It's about looking deeper for the peace that we dream of. Like a baby in the manger with new eyes to see the world. Love is born in an instant. Isn't that what it's all for? This Christmas, let's light a candle, hang grandma's star on a tree, make gingerbread angels, be grateful for the life we lead. Let's take the time now to simply breathe, remembering what Christmas means. It's more than a season of giving gifts to those we love. It's about looking deeper for the peace that we dreamed of. Like a baby in the manger with new eyes to see the world. Love is born in an instant. Isn't that what it's all for? 'Cause it's more than a season of giving gifts to those who love. It's about looking deeper we're the season. It's Christmas. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's one of Faith's original songs. Thank you, Faith. Yeah. Ah, so good to be with all of you on this very special occasion as we are getting ready to celebrate Christmas. And we invite you, if you're thinking about end of the year giving, to be thinking about giving to the spiritual center, where hopefully you experience being spiritually nurtured and supported. We would be honored if you would select us as a place to give and invest and celebrate by circulating that abundance in your lives. Also, in the seats in front of you, there are envelopes, such as Peter is showing. And we typically give an end-of-the-year bonus to our wonderful staff that work here. They put in many, 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 many more hours. I hope no labor laws people are watching this. Many more hours than we contracted with them. And they do it because they do it from a spirit of service, a spirit of ministry. And if you would like to give towards a bonus for our wonderful staff, we would invite you to do that as well. Those envelopes are in front of you. So, I'd like us to do something different. I'd like you to just take a deep breath and feel that Christ's presence within. And repeat after me. My offering is blessed.
My offering is blessed.
My life is blessed.
My life is blessed.
I give as the Christ presence.
I give as the Christ presence.
And I am blessed in the process.
And I am blessed in the process.
I give thanks.
I give thanks.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Amen. Thank you.
Vodka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day.
Hawaiian Christmas Day.
That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway.
Palm trees wave.
Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright, the sun to shine by day and all the stars at night. Mele Kalikimaka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas to you. Mele Kalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day.
Hawaiian Christmas Day.
That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway.
Where palm trees wave.
Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright, the sun to shine by day and all the stars at night. Mele Kalikimaka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas, a very Merry Christmas, to say Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Samar. I love that song. I didn't know that song till I moved to Hawaii, you know. We sang it on the trolley and all that. It's a fun song. And I also wanted to mention that LUTs, licensed Unity teachers, or LUTCs, Licensed Unity Teacher Candidates. I would like, if we could, to meet following the second service. Now, if any of you are here and are not available for the second service, maybe I could just touch base with you briefly. It'll be short. I just need to coordinate some things regarding tomorrow night's service. So let's extend our hands to this offering. We bless this offering in the consciousness, knowing it represents infinite substance, of which there is never any lack or limitation. We celebrate the divine good living its life as us, and we bless this world. And we give thanks, and we say together, and so it is. Amen. Amen. Thank you. And we have some prayer chaplains in the house to assist us this morning. So we have Cindy, who is one of our wonderful prayer chaplains, and she would be ready, available after the service if you would like to have a 1-minute miracle, something that you're thankful for, something you would like to pray with her about. She will hold that in confidentiality. And so we thank you, prayer chaplains, for all you work. And let's stand and hold a friendly hand as we sing our peace song in Aloha Oe. It is. To Greg Campbell, who has been our sound technician. We love you, Greg. Now, I've been told that Greg is stepping down. Can we change your mind? You're here and there. All right, so you're not lost. All right. Okay, we love you. And join me and repeat after me as we extend our hands and give a blessing to Greg. We love you. We appreciate you. We behold the Christ as you.
We behold the Christ as you.
And we love having you here.
And we love having you here.
And so it is.
So it is.
Yeah. Okay. All right, now let's sing Aloha Oe.